turn back. The wall doesn't answer once, it answers in pieces. More returns arrive from different directions and stand inside the overlap where paths cross again. The soul stays unchanged, but the field reacts. Outgoing motion finds a way back. This is how it returns with eye contact, reflecting through space and vagueness. This is how it returns, no longer singular. The path multiplied on impact. This is how it returns. The walls and air, angels recombine at the center. This is how it returns. Distributed response arriving out of sequence. I move my hand through the light, brightness breaks around it. Edges blurred and we form behind. A faint sound follows way after the action. Not echo, but scatter. I track the change by density, not direction. What leaves the system doesn't disappear. It converts and circles black. This is how it returns, carried by surfaces that never aim to respond. This is how it returns, pressure redistributed across the field we occupy. This is how it returns, broken then aligned, information changed by contact. This is how it returns, not a signal but as a fact we feel. We stay inside the field, responses overlap, no single direction holds control. Incoming traces cross each other, the space thickens with results. I just like position, the pattern shifts, returns arrive from new angles. Nothing targets me and everything reaches the environment, reflects by existing. This is how it returns, after leaving the frame, altered by distance and surface. This is how it returns, evidence without intent, gathering around us. This is how it expanded in range, reduced in clarity, but present. This is how a response created by intellection alone. I stop tracing origins and watch accumulation. What comes back defines the space. Outgoing motion fades into multiple paths. The room fills with results we call backscatter.
Girl, traction is best, the last structure, the markings carry through.
The road narrows and loosens and chisels the function. Fast stop appearing with that warning and cups leaning in for pre-fading to mid-soil or batten. Homes
Distance expands without scale near and far. Less contrast,
orientation relies on instinct, no reference.
this is the hinterland of the structure before direction, where distance starts measuring itself in scale. Loses priority.
Space stays open without the man, not asking to be caught. Highways
To be built. Now in signal and trio rest, no shifting back to market. The area holds its own conditions, separate from intention. Passages and songs, then something before choosing a side, before becoming lost.
Wind crashes unevenly across open ground. Try grass bands and sections not together. And this sound appears then drops. We gotta soar. All your juts to water margins. Step scram naturally. Attention, looseness, and grip. That hits around. Yeah, the hinterland doesn't respond to what thought you pause. It doesn't close when enter, doesn't overlap. Different mazes, this, no, this place. By nothing.
All we
Between arrival and departure, a condition locks in place. Progress paused at threshold without reversal. Between arrival and departure, movement held usable, neither forward nor withdrawn. Between arrival and departure, pressure evenly shared across the frame we stand in. Between arrival and departure, timing suspended, not stopped, but contained. The display shows an intermediate value, neither start nor finish. I adjust my footing to match the balance. Light rest halfway between angles. The table keeps warm from an earlier use. No signal prompts, changes maintains. A chair remains out slightly, no return, not abandoned, just position. Air circulates in short loops, temperature evens, edges stay readable without emphases. Nothing urges completion, the room holds function. This is delay, it's allocation. Resources placed where they can wait. Change cues quietly inside the system. Ready, but I'm cold. Between arrival and departure, stay confirmed by distribution of motion. Between arrival and departure, energy present without direction applied. Between arrival and departure, the environment steadies, not frozen but staged. Between arrival and departure, adjustment possible without commitment yet. I review the indicators, values align, no alarms, no clearance. The space acknowledges rayness by remaining intact. Between arrival and departure, operations continue at reduced scope and stable. Between arrival and departure, use remains valid within limits set. Between arrival and departure, we stand inside the transfer, a condition defined as mistake.
The image moves a fraction later than the action that caused it. A headless links. Edges hesitate before following. The screen redraws what already happened. Nothing glitches, nothing breaks. The delay stays clean. The gap is visual, not mechanical. A difference in time and frame delay. What I see lags behind. The moment arrives twice. Once in motion, once in image. The picture holds after the movement. Forward, remain accurate. Just not loud. Light hits the surface, then spread. Yeah. The frame catches it late. A shadow reaches the wall after the body has stopped the eye just without comment. Expectation slows to match the view. The delay repeats consistently enough to learn. Frame delay as distance between action and record. Between presence and proof. Nothing disappears, nothing overlaps. Stays visible. A blink does not correct it. AI adapts. Frame delay, holding two versions of the same event. One still moving, one already fixed. Both valid, both true. The image remains after I stop reacting. Still current, still late. The frame settles.
The plank touches the water edge, pressure spreads along the grain. I release my grip one finger at a time. The surface answers by lifting. Light breaks into fragments. Across the moving line, the piece turns not by choice, but by contact. I step back from the edge, sand shifts under my heel. The object moves without sound, guided by uneven current. A scratch along the side catches light, then disappears. Distance changes without asking permission. I track the rotation by the shadow it casts, not the direction it faces. The flow doesn't announce itself, it works through contact. Every small push finds a longer path. This is how it drifts, carried by what it meets. No steering applied, only response. This is how it drifts, surface reading the shape. Each turn defined by the last touch. This is how it drifts, edges softened by motion, weight redistributed across the pole. This is how it drifts, neither anchored nor lost, position changing through contact alone. Grain against water, water against light. I watch the angle shift by degrees, not leaps. The current presses, releases, presses again, marks form where friction repeats, then smooth out. I don't follow the object, I follow the weight. The path shows itself after the turn complete. No center to return to, only the next contact. Direction appears when resistance changes. From reach to reach, held by the surface that receives it. This is how it drifts, motion shaped by meeting. Every shift recorded along the way. This is how it drifts, cross uneven pull, orientation rewritten at each point of contact. This is how it drifts, no signal to follow, only the record of what it touched. The current narrows near the stones. Water presses, then splits, the wood slows. Not stopping, just negotiating. A dull sound travels through the body. Contact before direction. The surface learns a new edge by meeting resistance. This is how it drifts through a narrowing space. Motion adjusted by what stands in the way. This is how it drifts, pressure finding gaps. No force applied, only rerouted. This is how it drifts across uneven depths, speed changing without a command. This is how it drifts, the shape held together while direction keeps rewriting. The water widens again, sound spreads thin. The object keeps its pace by matching what surrounds it. I stop counting turns and watch spacing instead. The next contact is invisible, but the surface prepares.
Loose sheets slide slowly across the desk as a window stays slightly open. The edge lifts, settles, then lifts again without choosing a direction. Air moves just enough to matter, not enough to register as wind. The paper follows what's already happening in the room. Nothing pushes it forward, nothing pulls it back. The movement continues because the space allows it. A paper current forms without intention or source. Thin light but consistent enough to trace. It carries no message, only motion that can be observed. The sheet drifts along the surface at its own speed, responding only to shifts already in the air. Not fast, not stalled, just moving because it can. Corners curl where hands once held it down. Faint creases catch the light unevenly. The table grain guides the path in small increments. Every change remains minor, every adjustment stays visible. The current doesn't grow stronger,
the sheet reaches the edge, not abruptly, just enough to pause before settling again. Paper current, holding the smallest form of flow, a movement that doesn't announce itself, yet continues as long as conditions remain. The paper stays in motion long after attention shifts away, still responding to the same quiet The current remains unrecorded, but intact.
Yeah. Yeah. My shoe meets the floor, the sound arrives late. Rubber drags across the surface, heat gathers at the contact. I shift my way forward, the motion shortens, distance compresses where movement resists. The room doesn't block the step, it negotiates it. Forward motion costs more than the plan predicted. Every surface answers in its own way. This is where progress slows at the point of touch, not stopped but worked on. This is where effort shows at the edge of each step. This is where motion strains against the surface. Texture shifts direction by resistance. This is where balance holds only because resistance defines it. Yeah. This is where speed changes under pressure before the path adjusts through contact. This is where movement learns the surface, purpose by force. Yeah. I push the chair inward, the leg catches and slides, leaving a faint vibration. My palm presses the table, skin warms, the grain pushes back in uneven lines. Nothing moves freely, everything responds. We don't remove resistance, we move through it. Each correction costs time and force. This is where progress forms through contact repeats. This is where motion survives by adjusting at every step. This is where direction sharpens by push and return, not by speed, but by speed. This is where movement continues, sustenance stays consistent. A pause mid-step, heat spreads outward. The floor keeps the imprint long enough to register. Air tightens around the ankle, sound narrows the moment, stretches under load. This is where motion proves itself. Force supplies and answers. This is where progress exists, measured at contact. I complete the step, the room adjusts again, marks soften as movement continues. No clear line divides advance and resistance, only the ongoing exchange we call friction.
A white wall stays at the edge of my sight. When I turn my head, there's only a desk and a chair. Both feet press the same floor material. My right heel angles slightly inward. The sole scrapes a short sound against the surface. On the monitor ahead, the file from yesterday is still open. The cursor keeps blinking. My next stage facing forward, only my eyes lag behind. Somewhere that isn't here. Not a destination, not a direction, just a placement one step my way back into the chair. Metal gives a small sound from far away. An elevator chime reads the floor number. I place the pen back near the edge of the desk. Every position stays accurate, desk care floor. Everything fits into its assigned place. Elsewhere is the closest word, clear enough to cause trouble if it had no name. That place doesn't ask for more. Not a destination, not a direction, just a placement one step outside where I'm standing, baby. Even while I follow text on the screen, another layout remains. It overlaps without transparency. For a moment, another light mixes into the screen's reflection. Overhead lighting hasn't changed. Yeah, clock running, notifications none. Air conditioning steady, what's misaligned is in position, but overlap here and elsewhere existing at the same time. Elsewhere is an escape, is an escape. It leaves the present intact and places one more layer next to it. No switch occurs, no return action is triggered to layout remain side by side. Side by side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My shoe meets the floor, the sound arrives late. Rubber drags across the surface, heat gathers at the contact. I shift my weight forward, the motion shortens, distance compresses where movement resists. The room doesn't block the step, it negotiates it. Forward motion costs more than the plan predicted. Every surface sensors in its own way. This is where progress slows at the point of touch, not stop the work done. This is where effort shows at the edge of each step. This is where motion strains against the surface. Texture shapes direction by resistance. This is where balance holds only because resistance defines it. This is where speed changes under pressure before the path adjusts through contact. This is where movement learns the surface by force. I push the chair inward, the leg catches and slides, leaving a faint vibration. My palm presses the table, skin warms, the grain pushes back in uneven lines. Nothing moves freely, everything responds. We don't remove resistance, we move through it. Each correction costs time and force. This is where progress forms, contact repeats until it holds. This is where motion survives by adjusting at every step, every step. This is where direction sharpens by push and return, not by speed, but by weight. This is where movement continues because resistance stays consistent. I pause mid-step, heat spreads outward. The floor keeps the imprint long enough to register. Air tightens around the ankle, sound narrows. The moment stretches under load. This is where motion proves itself through effort. Force applies answers. This is where progress exists, measured at contact. Yeah. friction.
A line appears between floor materials. The surface changes without warning. The doorway holds a metal strip, one side polished by shoes, the other dull. My foot stops with the toe aligned. Heel still bad, the frame keeps its angle unchanged. Weight shifts but doesn't transfer. Balance pause on the edge. Just as the ventral, not cross, not left. A position measured by contact. The boundary stays functional. It separates without closing. Both sides remain usable. Glass reflects the room behind. Another space waits ahead. My hand touches the frame. Skin cool against pain. The door stands open at a fixed angle. Well, air moves from one side to the other. Temperature evens out at the line. The threshold doesn't decide it, only holds entry and exit stay available. Time pauses here without stopping. The moment stretches along the frame. A step could happen, it doesn't have frame intact. Glass clear, hang stable, my signal, no signal to proceed. Position maintain, push you as a state. Need to set select it, those spaces kept. Even after I leave it.
The door closes after the sound has already spread. Footsteps fade, but the floor keeps the pressure. A cup is set down, slightly off center. The table doesn't move, but remember, the window is open, 3 fingers wide. Morning slides and carrying the street. A receipt stays on the counter, crease once, then twice. The coffee cools without steam. I touch the rim and pull my hand back. The warmth stays on the skin. I didn't keep it on purpose, I just didn't clear it away. Oh, oh, oh. Residual left on the surface, not the source but the market made. Residual stay behind after the action ends. Residual in the room, heat on the table, scent in the air. Residual, small but exact enough to notice without looking for it. Yeah, yeah. The buzz passes close enough to shake the glass. The shadow crosses the wall, then clears. My phone lights up without sound. I read the message twice. The chair across from me is empty, but the space isn't unused. What's left doesn't ask to stay. It simply hasn't gone. Oh, oh. Residual after movement, pressure in the floor where we stood. Residual afterwards, the quiet that follows them. Residual, not fading, not returning either. Something carried forward without being held. I wipe the counter once, the ring stays. I move the chair back into place. The space feels used, left the window cracked, didn't mean a thing by it. Street noise stuck in the room where I sit. Not a memory, not a sign, just the way the moment lost its edge with time. Cup on the table, heat in the grain. You don't erase it, you let it drain. Residual, the proof is visible after we stop touching. Residual, not a trace, a condition of use. Residual, grease things string, I'll save the will continue. Yeah. Residual. Residual. No play. Residual. Residual. Residual.
Idle bloom, starting without signal. No command, no schedule. Something opens while everything else stays still. Hey, yeah. Idle bloom, not asking space. Growing inside what was already quiet. The air doesn't shift, but it feels less fixed. Light touches the surface and stays a moment longer. Hey, yeah. Nothing announces change, yet the balance adjusts. A detail appears that wasn't missing before. The room keeps its outline, but depth feels altered. Edges soften slightly without losing definition. What was background steps closer, not forward, just nearer. The system doesn't react, it allows no alert, no correction. The frame holds and makes room. Idle, bloom untracked and slow, not breaking form, not following it. A change, small enough to pass unnoticed. Idle bloom holding its ground, growing inside existing structure without asking for attention. No lift, no drop. The state remains stable while something begins. The balance holds as it was, even as it shifts. Not by design, not by chance. It surfaced where nothing was missing.
No marker, no timestamp, no before, no after. Just a shift in texture inside the same frame. Nothing moves forward, but something increases. A change in pressure without direction.
Idle bloom still contained, not spreading, not closing, existing in parallel, present without expansion. Idle grew not noticeable, still quiet but present, a form that didn't exist. Now holds its place. Idle bloom remaining open without asking to be named. The space stays calm, the change stays within. Idle bloom. Nothing retreats.
A high road takes hold across the field we share. Local motion aligns to an external order. A high road takes hold, inputs reassigned, priority rewritten without debate. A higher road takes hold, signals converge, paths flatten into a single directive. Hinterland takes hold, context outweighs choice. The inline get precise burst. The display updates, values rearrange. I adjust my stance after the change. A tone sounds once sure contained. My hand stops mid-air, then lowers. The room accepts the new order. Before I do, lumber Burby hills upstream from where we stand. Instructions arrive, already processed. High road takes hold, local intent protest. Liquid and fame without friendship. High road takes hold, a high road takes hold. Edges comply, movement synchronizes across the room. A high road takes hold, choice translated into execution by system. I move a chair inward, the path clears, a cable hums softly, then settles. Light changes sequence, not brightness. Objects realign to the update. I follow the adjustment because it was. We don't contest the rule, we wrote through it. Efficiency increases as variance drops. High road takes hold. High road takes hold. High road takes hold. High road takes hold. every step. Consistency achieved by alignment. A higher road takes hold, outcomes stabilize when direction is assigned. Yeah, a higher road takes hold. Oh, a higher road takes hold. Sign authority set, local signals comply and proceed. A higher road takes hold. The condition we operate under name that last us override. A higher road takes hold. A higher road takes hold. A higher road takes hold.
A sound leaves and returns, not as memory but as placement. It stays nearby, within reach, close enough to register distance. A local echo kept in range, held inside the room. Footsteps cross the open space, the surface answers a half beat later. Walls don't repeat the whole sound, only the edge comes back, heel then toe. Separate slightly, the return arrives. Between them, distance stays short, measured in steps. The echo doesn't travel far, it chooses the nearest frame. A nearby surface accepts it. Local echo, no delay. The return arrives almost on time. Enough to notice, not enough to interrupt. It fits inside the action. The sound settles near its source. It doesn't expand outward, it circles within the room, contained by distance, defined by proximity. Another step, another return. The pattern holds, the room keeps count.
Step response, tap reflection, short path, closed loop, origin confirmed. Surface, 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 surface.
Engage. The sound settles near its source, remaining visible and close. It stays within reach.
It stays local.
Local echo marks the space, not by volume, but by return. The area defines itself through repetition. Small, accurate, near, repeated without drift.
The sound fades.
The sound fades,
The echo stays.
the echo stays.
Still present
After the source.
This is stillness, not the absence of motion, but motion reduced to its smallest unit. This is stillness, a state that holds without asking to conclude. This is stillness, weight evenly placed across the room without shift. This is stillness, time distributed so that it doesn't move. The clock advances, but the sound stays even. Light rests on the table with a sliding. My hands remain
the screen update. A moment after the input is already complete. A button stays highlighted longer than expected before returning to its original shape. The hand remains still, waiting for confirmation that doesn't arrive at the same speed. Nothing is wrong, nothing stalls, everything simply arrives later. The delay is short but noticeable, long enough to be counted without effort. Latency is a small pocket of time, not empty and not filled. A pause where response has not yet landed, cause an effect lose alignment while remaining connected. Still related but no longer simultaneous. The space between them becomes usable. Reaches the far wall after the movement has already ended. Light shifts across the surface, a fraction late compared to a source. The body adjusts to the mismatch without comment or correction. Expectation slows down to match the system. The delay stops feeling accidental. It becomes part of the process. Latency no longer interrupting, no longer surprising, just present as timing. Latency as timing, a fixed distance measured in moments, not growing, not closing, just held. The signal arrives after the need has already passed. Still accurate, still the experience.
Yeah. The door closes without sound, air pressure shifts along the frame. A faint line appears on the floor where shoes turn earlier. Light reaches the wall, stops short of the corner. Dust settles into a new pattern without instruction. I don't look for the cause, I check what changed. The action ended, the space adjusted. Surfaces carry information after contact leaves. This is what confirms it, not a statement, but alignment across the room. This is what confirms it, pressure redistributed, objects agreeing on a past moment. This is what confirms it, marks with the labels, position verified by arrangement. This what confirms it, sound absorbed and reflected in space. And this what confirms it, a change that stays readable after motion passes through the area. This is what confirms it, no witness required, only the state left behind. I move the chair back, the leg catches briefly. A vibration travel stops near the wall. what the wall shows, where light rested before. Air circulates, carries altered temperature. The room recalibrates through movement. This is what confirms it. The past registered inside the present configuration. This is what confirms it. Not memory, but condition verified. We continue using space as designed because it functions after adjustment. No explanation attached, no message sent. Only the environment proof.
Warm latency settles in after the waiting is already noticed. The delay doesn't resist, it stays like a held temperature. Response arrives so then expected, but never feels misplaced. Time stretches softly around the moment, not stopping, not rushing, just in a space to breathe inside. The screen glows without changing. Hands rest on the edge of the table. Longer than necessary, he gathers where skin meets surface. Slowly, without signal. The room doesn't cool or warm, it simply holds. Yeah. Sound arrives padded as it filters through fabric. Light reaches the wall after the source has already settled. The body stops anticipating exact timing. The delay stops feeling external. It moves closer to the body. What was distance becomes texture. What was waiting becomes warmth. Warm latency as comfort. A pause that doesn't interrupt time. Resting slightly behind itself. Nothing needs to arrive fast and nothing has to be corrected. The delay fits just a bit, just a bit, just a bit. Not now, not now, not now, not yet. Just a bit, just a bit, just a bit, just a bit. Not now, not now, not now, not yet. Just a bit, ooh, just a bit. Just a bit, yeah. Warm latency, holding events gently apart. Keeping sequence intact without pressure, allowing time to stay slightly behind. Just a bit, just a bit, just a bit, just a bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a bit, just a bit, just a bit, just a bit. Not remains unfinished, but complete enough.
The surface isn't bare, a layer rests between my hand and the table. Pressure sinks before it spreads. The edge is a fraction, no sharp return. Sound arrives rounded as if filtered on entry. I keep my palm there long enough to feel where the resistance stops changing. Contact doesn't disappear, it widens. Force redirected across a prepared field. Impact changes shape. This is where pressure lands before it leaves a mark. Received apart because the surface holds, not by removing force, but by guiding it.
The falling just enough to suggest a direction without instruction. Nothing slides yet, nothing's just position. The angle remains subtle but prism. The weight is already there before movement considers itself. Objects remain where they were placed and feel slightly closer to the surface beneath them. A cup settles more fully into the table as if contact is deepened without movement. The book rests for the spine relaxed, anxious, no longer pressing upward. The body notices the change through the knees and neck goes first. A minor adjustment that doesn't require balance, only allowance shown as lower without instruction. The pull is minimal, barely enough to register, small enough to ignore, but consistent enough to trust. Minor gravity working without force. A downward suggestion feels natural once that is. It doesn't hurry, it doesn't insist. It simply remains active and constant. The effects spread flowing across surfaces and posture, not changing position, only confirming what things prefer to stay. A shared agreement between masses of board and weight, distributed evenly, pressure consistent across contact points. No drop, down fall, no visible descent, only a quiet green up between mass and surface, between presence and placement. Once acknowledged, the pull stops being noticeable. It blends into the background, supporting without comment. Minor gravity holding everything in place. That fixing, not locking, just keeping contact. Just enough to remain. Staying still feels easier. Remaining feels reasonable. That downward line supports without demand, without direction. Nothing walls, nothing lifts, no balance settles, that holds. Minor gravity is constant presence. Suppose us all, it becomes reliable, allowing the body to rest where it already is without correction. Force remains after retention moves away. Still active, still exact, still shaping the stakes. The surface holds, the weight answers, no adjustment required. The position stays.
The light has already passed, but the wall holds its color. I place my hand where the beam ended. The surface answers with warmth. The object is gone, its outline isn't. Edges stay brighter than the space around them. The source is no longer here, but the reaction continues. Temperature shifts without a new cause. This is the afterglow. Not light, but what light leaves, a state the room maintains after motion clears. This is the afterglow. Heat pressed into pressure with no source, remaining active across the surface. The floor cools unevenly where feet were placed. One area releases heat slower than the rest. I slide the chair back in, the legs resist for a moment, as if the ground hasn't finished adjusting. We don't recreate the action, we trace what it caused. The change stays present even when we step away. This is the afterglow, force redistributed across familiar objects without direction. This is the afterglow, off balance, reset but not erased from the room. This is the afterglow, light converted to state. Every surface involved in holding it. This is the afterglow, no signal required. The environment continues on its own turn. I turn the lamp off, the outline stays not visible but present in temperature and spacing. Air moves and carries nothing away. The room doesn't reset, it stabilizes. This is the afterglow, a settled response, not fading, not resolving. This is the afterglow, a state we stand inside. Before the next action interrupts it, we leave the area untouched, not to preserve it, but because it functions. The warmth spreads thin into normal range. No marker announces the shift, only usage resumes.
The sound pulls back every time the pulse appears. Not disappearing, just stepping aside. Presence reduced to make space. A controlled retreat that keeps alignment intact. Sidechain breathing inside the mix. Volume lowers then returns. The motion repeats without urgency. Restraint becomes part of the rhythm. The absence does work, holding shape while yielding. Each beat presses forward and the surrounding layers respond by yielding. Nothing competes, nothing rushes to fill the gap. The rhythm creates room through subtraction. Sound learns when to step back without losing position. Compression arises before impact. Anticipation is built in. The reduction comes early. The release waits its turn. Both actions share timing. Sidechain not as effect but as agreement between elements. A shared timing that avoids collision. Keep emotion clean. Keep emotion clean. Keep emotion clean. What lowers will rise again. What pauses keeps its place. The cycle continues even when not noticing. Air shifts with the beat as if the room responds. The listener senses movement before sound. Pressure releases then rebuilds. A controlled swell returning without strain. The body follows the pattern. Breathing aligns with reduction. The space between hits becomes predictable, expected and reliable. No surprise remains. Sidechain as gentle regulation, allowing energy to pass through without overload, without resistance. Keeping motion light, sustained through balance. The sound keeps breathing in and out, always reduced just enough. The sound keeps breathing in and out, always reduced just enough. Never silent, never foiled.
looks even from where I stand. No tilt, no visible slope. I place my foot down carefully. The pressure spreads wider than expected. A mark appears only after weight settles. Surface sensors laid. I adjust my stance by a fraction. The room accepts it without comment. The reading says 0 across the entire line, but something resists when I try to move forward. It holds, but it pushes back. This is the no point balance on paper. Every value aligned, yet tension stays active. This is the no point of visible force, but the moment I lean, the surface answers. This is the no point center that looks calm, edges pulling inward without a sound. This is the no point, nothing tilts the scale until motion begins and resistance appears. I slide the chair back an inch, the leg drags instead of rolling. A short vibration runs through the frame, stops near the wall. My hand presses flat on the table, the grain pushes against my skin. The balance isn't broken, it's held under load. The indicator stays centered, no warning color, no signal, but the force transfers somewhere else as soon as we touch it. 0 doesn't mean empty. This is the no point when hesitates, not the block, not free, but contained. This is the no point, the place we stand on before direction starts to matter. This is the no point to the last unit, every adjustment record inside the margin. This is the no point, a flat line on display, carrying more force than it admits. We hold position, voices stay aligned, no step taken, no value released. The balance hums under the surface, waiting for direction to arrive. I turn my wrist slowly, the table responds with pressure, not stronger, not lighter, just redirected. A cable along the wall vibrates, stops when I let go. The force doesn't disappear, it changes where it waits. This is the note where bands hold shape, every action absorbed before it shows. This is the no point, the quiet center line, carrying weight without bending. This is the note where tension circulates, not released, not stored, but active. This is the no point, stable reading that keeps responding as we adjust. The chair returns to its place, aligned by habit. The floor accepts the shift without marking it. Light settles across the surface, measured against the edge. Direction hasn't formed yet, but the center holds. We don't move because it's safe. We wait because it's ready.
Light reaches the ghost before it reaches the wall. The angle is shallow, almost dismissive. The surface does not receive it. The surface redirects. Now one gives a second aligned and accurate. They say behind the firm edges appear twice. Once where they are, once where they are seen. The eye chooses one and corrects itself.
There we felt the line bends, but after blurs, a straight object lures a curve. The glass does not decide, it don't leak a blast. What enters does not leave, it turns. The circuit closes without notice.
Do you just not escape the freight every time? Slower than expectation. Let's circuit like moving without destination. A closed path, clear and contained. Visions like you lace without depth. The image curves back out of position that feels familiar. Still corrects, still intact. Now from breaks the loop.
I face crisis for surface, there's separate ways. One version continue, we got the pauses, moves, they compete to self. Before the I agree, supporters my beat and different orders. Your own dirt will stand and stable, I guess. The reflection just my ass, which side is unvalid? Both remain valid within the circuit. They gauge and just why slow in distance. Sushi's urgency. Each pass tightens the curve, not faster, just closer. Overnight, then separate. There is no entry point, there is no exit, only return. With Oscars control, be with us. Attention moves, though the image slays, the loop is not chased, it waits. Blast circuit and visual gravity, pulling attention back to the surface, holding the gaze in rotation. The longer you look, the less distance now as the path repeats without resistance. The circuit continuous after reaction phase, still precise, still intact. The gas holds the image rest where it turns. The circuit remains.
La da 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 da. The light above the table flickers once then stays. A thin line moves across the glass surface. Your hand pauses before touching anything. The room can something without asking. I hear a soft click somewhere near the wall. My palm rests on the table edge. Cold travels from the metal into my skin. A chair shifts by a few centimeters. The floor answers with a short sound. I watch the shadow change its angle, as if the room adjusts its own weight. The lamp doesn't brighten, it only changes where the pressure goes. Something invisible passes between us. Not heat, not air, but a measured presence. The meter moves when no one speaks. I don't look down, but I know this is how it registers. Without a signal, without a sound, the space records our position even when we don't move. This is how it registers. Every breath placed on the scale. No warning, no release, only the reading stays exact. This is how it registers. Hands near but not aligned. The meter doesn't choose a side, it only shows where we are. This is how it registers. Light pressed flat against the wall. The moment held in measurement until the next change arrives. Step counted, pause counted, distance logged by the floor. I move the glass, 3 fingers left the surface answers with resistance. No alarm, no message, only the quiet shift of value. What I carry is invisible, but the system reacts anyway. Oh, the chair remembers how I stood. The wall keeps my height. I don't name what's missing, I just read what changed. Oh, yeah. We don't ask what it measures, we adjust to the feedback. Every small correction adds up before intention catches up. This is how it registers. Before meaning takes shape, fraction added to the total from emotion barely seen. This is how it registers. A route line against the room, no conclusion, no release, only the value. This is how it registers. The gap between touch and thought, measured clean, measured flat, without asking what it's for. This is how it registers. The space we're about to leave, recorded down to the edge before the next step begins. The display doesn't blink, it waits for the next input. I lift my hand from the table, the temperature lingers on the surface. A shoe turns in place, rubber against the floor. The sound spreads wider than expected, like the room testing its range. the table, aligned by habit, not intention. Light returns to its default angle, measured against the wall. We move forward because the path opens, not because the meter clears. The number remains on the display as the door closes behind us.
I send the line, will only quiet. The screen holds the last thing it showed. Numbers move but don't arrive together. One part dates, the other waits. I read the response twice, not because it's unclear, because it feels incomplete. The signal made it through where something stayed behind. I summed it up, that goes back then. Out of beaches, wrote it doesn't despair. Stuck as a cell, still counts as proof. You enough to notice, nothing left to hold. But line goes crying after me. Something's missing, no return. I own the silence, what it took. Oh, not paying it, now set up. Signal that will wink into balance. The delay is long, just wrong enough to feel. But pulse fits between words that wasn't there before. I check the same window again, nothing new appears. The pickup stays visible. It isn't broken, it just has a crack. I sent it out, it goes back there. Goes enough to register. The channel stays officially open. Back away feels like everywhere back, but you say it's not space. Signal that I still be. Letting it goes fading quick. I've known my voice without noticing. As a volume affects return, the room absorbs part of the message before it reaches the line. I started adding detail, just see what survives. I didn't lose the signal, I sent it. I sent it out, it comes back then. The answer's not uneven. Still recognize a past line. I'm missing density. What returns is technically high, but mine could always say. Sing again, sing them. Here before I heard the sweet noise and quiet. The line stays open, nothing disconnects. The balance remains a nice song.
The fridge clicks once after the room goes quiet. A pipe answers somewhere inside the wall. Shoes stay on longer than planned. The floor carries weight before footsteps decide. The lamp is set low, not dim, just lower. Sound from the next room comes through the corner, not the door. A chair scrapes slightly, then stops. I don't look up, but I know where it was. The table vibrates from something passing outside. The glass doesn't shake, it hums. Nothing rises to the surface, but something stays active under it. Undertone under the room, carried below the word. under the room. I press my heel down, then lift it. The floor answers with pressure. My phone lights up face down. The vibration ends, but the desk keeps it. I stop adjusting the volume and let the room decide. The sound underneath doesn't need help. Undertone under the steps, felt in the heel before the floor. Undertone in the wall, traveling through what doesn't move. It passes below the line. It keeps the shape. Undertone under the light, the hum beneath the switch. Undertone in the space, staying active without change. Hey, you don't chase it. Yeah. I sit without shifting to test the sound. The chair presses back evenly. A truck turns somewhere outside the corner of the room, reacts. The ceiling answers later. Undertone carried forward from one surface to another. Undertone kept intact even when the room changes posture. It doesn't break. It stays low. Undertone in the frame, below the voice, below the name. Undertone holding time, measured by pressure. Hey, it's already there. Before we listen, the lamp stays low. The room keeps working. The lower sound and you.
Steady garden, noise set in rosa. Every sound placed with equal distance. Nothing grows fast, nothing breaks form. The pattern holds without pressure. Each tone stays where it was assigned. Static garden kept in balance. No spread, no collapse. Leaves do not fall. They pause, air holds position. Between movement, the field remains organized. Cables run beneath the surface, but unseen, a faint hum remains constant. Between steps, between thoughts, the ground feels padded as if excess sound was removed before contact. Lights stay on without flicker, without adjustment. Nothing responds to motion. Footsteps register, then fade immediately without echo. Objects appear, placed, not discovered. Spacing repeats with intention, not chance. The space was arranged to remain. Change would feel out of bounds. Static garden, sound without drift, no decay, no expansion. Kept within lines that do not bend. Every frequency knows its limit. The system rests by order. The quiet here is not empty. It is maintained of excess, held in shape, nor settles into order and stays. Even the noise knows where to stop. Static garden has control, presence, nothing wild, nothing lost. Every element accounted for. A place where sound does not wander. A system that rests by holding still. Static garden kept under control. Every sound trimmed to its usable shape. No overflow, no spill. Noise aligned with intention. Nothing escapes the grid. Nothing collapses into silence. Static garden holding form.
The hallway might say strong, longer than it should. A door closes, but the sounds fits first. Keys touch the tray, once then slide. The metal noise fakes the position dot now. I walk back into the room after washing my hands. The towel is stand falling wrong. Water locks dry and uneven circles. I recognize the counter by the shape of what was there. Not by what I see now. My saber shifts the chair and the stone. The chair doesn't move, but the context stays. I don't try to remember. The room does it first. Trace memory on the surface. Marks that don't speak, but inside. Trace memory after use. The shape things leave behind. Trace memory in position. Distance measured by hand. Trace memory in the room. Known without you think. Came back late, lights already warm. Floor knows my desk before I walk in. Back on the chair, same corner every time. Fabric custom to the book brain line. Not a flashback, not a scene. Just how the place keeps blacking me. I move the cup, ring stays. More than once, ring stays. Cause how worse, no say, no said. Rumor name is what the body said. Mistakes isn't chosen. It settles on its own. Chase memory after motion. Hurt you all for where we start. Chase memory after sound. The quiet shape by ear. Chase memory. Now faded, not faded, not calling back either. A record without intention. I open the window, two fingers wide. The outside comes and then stops. Air changes, but not the arrangement. The room keeps its version. Chase memory. What stays visible after reaction finishes. Chase memory is condition of having been here. Chase memory embrace, not store, not name. The stakes continues breathing. The light goes on, the outline stays.
The interval opens without sound. The frame loosens its hold. What's separated now leaves space between positions still aligned. Nothing rushes to fill it. Nothing collapses inward. The gap remains. You a simple held without pressure. The door stays open past the angle. It usually keeps the hinge, doesn't resist. The weight distributes evenly. Floor material continues without a seam. Shoes pass without marking. A change and circulates between rooms. Temperature evens out across the line. Across the line. A curtain shifts and settles. Light reaches further than before. Not brighter, just wider. The interval doesn't announce arrival. It doesn't signal release. It simply appears and stays. What used to touch now separates. What used to stop now continues. The open interval holds